So we didn't pick these at the start of the season, but I think it's appropriate now with half the games played to get there. But defensive player of the year, uh, quite an interesting category. Normally Rudy Gobert locks this one up, but I think there's too much negative narrative around the Minnesota Timberwolves for him to even have a whiff at it, irrelevant of what his stats are doing, which are pretty consistent. So then what we've got to do is we've got to look at who is impacting defense, which, if you're listening to some podcasts and players interviewed, they're pretty adamant that there's not a lot of defense being played anymore anyway. But Jaren Jackson Jr., who you feel should be an all-star for these solid stats alone, he's only played basically half the games. So,
So
there is
so
that
far. Yeah, there's still half a season.
so far. Right? Okay, all right. It's the power of statistics, but he is quite impactful. But I found this article, it's Baller Sports Dialogue, just to give it credit. This is a really interesting stat, and I don't know what the historical implication of this is. He blocks 6% of opposing players' jump shots, right? So that means that when a player takes 100 shots, he's blocking 6 of them. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot when you put it like that, but to guarantee a block at such a high clip, like basically when he chooses to leave his feet, he's going to block a shot 6% of the time. That's quite impressive, especially on jump shots specifically. He has a steal percentage of 1.6, so that is at the highest mark of when he's on the court and he's getting a steal, he's doing it better than most other centers. And they're also one of the best rebounding teams on there. He is keeping the Grizzlies afloat. And so I think I'm now reading this article and learning a bit more about him. This is why I think you felt all-star contention, because he is essentially anchoring that side of their team in relatively limited minutes. And I often hold that against him, despite the fact that he averages 3.2 blocks. He also averages about 3.6 fouls per game. But I think it's probably the year that both Rudy and Draymond, who are the normal front runners for this award, they don't have it, right? Their teams aren't having the success that they need. So I think it's a perfect opportunity for someone like Jaren Jackson Jr. to swoop in and be in the running for that award.
Look, I think he's actually odds-on favourites as well at the moment. If you want to put some money down to win the award, and you've given all our viewers all the stats already, I guess. But he's definitely a defensive beast. I think that's sort of really understated. I think people are sort of not really paying attention to that end of the game. But you sort of said it, you hit it on the head. He has to stay healthy. I think he does need to stay healthy for the rest of the season. The fact that he fouls a lot only really shows his upside. If he can sort of start cutting down on some of those fouls and sort of move his minutes, I think he's playing about 26 minutes a game into the sort of low 30s range. Hell, the kid could probably average nearly 4 blocks a game. So I think he would be, if he can stay healthy, I think he's probably front runner for Defensive Player of the Year. I think the only other name here that you didn't really mention that probably could come in and maybe sneak it from him is Giannis. Giannis at the moment is continuing to have that, always has that sort of impact, on the defensive end. No one else really stands out at the moment. Obviously Marcus Smart came in and had a bit of maybe an upset year almost coming in last year, pinching it as a guard to win this award. But, I think most of the other candidates at the moment are not really, they're not really having that sort of impact. And I think Giannis at the end of the day, if he comes in as a dark horse, maybe if Jaren Jackson goes down for an injury again and Giannis continues to stay healthy and does what he does every single night, he could get another one of these trophies on his shelf, I think.
Yo, this is Two Guys with Spare Time. I'm Fowles, this is Nick. You're probably a basketball fan like us, so hopefully you can throw us an assist and giving our video a like and subscribing to our channel.
And if you got thoughts, feelings, or even some suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And thank you for using your spare time to watch us in our spare time.